All right, hello guys. We're gonna today we're gonna work with cosine, sine, tan, cotan, secant, cosecant. So we're gonna try to understand the how to find the values of theta using the different functions here. So in this example here, we are given a point here, one comma root three. Okay, and right here we have this circle here. The circle here. And then what I did, I went ahead and I drew a triangle. So this is our right triangle. As you can see, this is our right triangle. So if I draw here, this here, right there, this makes a right triangle here. Okay, and I label my triangle X, Y, and R. So now R is always the opposite of the right angle here. Okay, so it's always opposite of the right angle R. X is the one that it's going across the horizontal line, and Y is the one going up and down, okay, the vertical line. Okay, and so far I've listed the six functions here: sine, cosine, tan, cotan, secant, and cosecant. Okay, and these are my ratios, they're my fractions. So this is the values. Okay, it's y over r, sine is y over r, cosine is x over r, tan is y over x, cotan is x over y, and secant is r over x, and cosecant is r over y. Okay, so now this is how we're going to do. We need to know our three letters. We're dealing with y, r, and x. This is how we find the values of theta for all six functions here. So far, we know x is 1 because in this point that is given is coming from the origin of the circle here. Okay, this is the origin right here, and it extends out to the edge of the circle here. So far we know what is x, because when we're given a point, this point here, 1 comma root 3, the first number, the first value is always x, and the second value is always root 3, which is y, So far we know x is 1, and we know y is what? Root 3. Okay? Now we need to find r, because remember we need to find those three letters. So we need to find r. Now to find r is simply we go r equals square root. This is the formula. X squared plus y squared. Okay. This is really the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. Once you use that, we can just plug in the values for x and y. So we do r equals root. What is x? We know it's 1. So it's 1. We square it. Plus what is y? We know it's root 3. Root 3, and we square that. Okay. So that we just basically we're plugging it in. Then I'm going to continue up here. All right. Root. So we know 1 square is what? Is 1. Okay. Plus root 3 squared is really 3. Okay. So if you know your radicals and stuff, you'll get that quickly. Every time you square a root, it's really the answer. It will equal to whatever is under the square root here, square root symbol. Then we go ahead and r equals root 4, because 3 plus 1 is 4. And then r, the square root of 4 is what? 2. So there we have it. So we have x equals 1, y is equal to root 3, and r is equals 2. So now we're just going to have to go ahead now and plug in for each one, for each of the sine function. So we know sine is what? Sine is what? We know is what? Y over r right here, right? Y over r. So that means what is y we said here? We said y is root 3. So it's root 3. And what do we say is r? 2. Right? Okay. Now we're going to go with cosine. Let's do cosine. Cosine is what? X over r. What did we say was x? We said x was 1. So we put 1. What did we say was r? R is 2. So cosine of theta is half. Sine of theta is root 3 over 2. Now we're going to do our tan here. This tan here. Tan, we know is what? Tan, we know it's y over x, right? We said y was root 3, right? Y was root 3 because we know it right here, right, is root 3 and cosine or x, I mean, x, x is 1. So it's root 3 over 1, which equals to root 3, okay? Which equals to root 3. All right, let me just do this quickly, erase it. All right, which equals to root 3. All right, now we need to find cota. No, here's where the fun part comes in, because once you find these three, 1, 2, 3 sides, you can literally find the others quick, much more quicker. So cotan, right? It's really tan when you flip it. Tan when you flip it. So right now tan is what? Root 3 over 1, right? So when you flip it, it's now the 1 is on top and then the bottom, and the top root 3 is now to the bottom. Now we cannot have root radicals as our denominator. So we have to rationalize it. So what we do is we times it by root 3, bottom and top. And what we'll get root 3, we get root 3 over 3. Okay, because root 3 times root 3 is root 9, and the square root of 9 is 3. All right. Okay. Now we can, and it's even like it's the same thing here. If you just plug in a 1 over root 3, and you still have to, rationalize it. Now we found cotan, right? Now we can do secant. Secant is really the reverse. Secant is really the reverse of cosine, okay? It's really the reverse of cosine. It's a reciprocal of cosine, or really r over x. Even if you do r over x, you can do r over x. We know r is what? 2. And, right? And x that we said is 1 over 1, which is still equals to 2, okay? So even if you do the reverse of cosine, which is 1 over 2, your reverse is 2 over 1, which equals 2, okay? Now, cosecant, right? Cosecant is actually the reverse of sine, okay? The reverse of sine, which is, what is it? Root 3 over 2. So now it becomes 2 over root 3. 2 over root 3. And again, you cannot, you cannot, sorry, you cannot, have square roots as a denominator. So what we're going to do is we're going to rationalize it. So it'll be 2. After we rationalize, it's going to be 2 root 3 over 3. And there you have it. Okay, so if you have any questions and stuff, you can leave a comment on this video, and don't forget to like and follow and inbox me, and we can have tutorial sessions, and we can schedule tutorials. All right. So thanks for watching the video. I hope this helps you guys with your beginning with your trig journey. Thank you so much.